I wasn't trying to be dramatic. I'm just tired.
It's literally like 65 degrees outside.
We'll take one marker.
And
Freezing.
the air conditioning was on for 2 seconds, and Lizzie's like... Like, that was performative.
Was it?
And I will not for a second believe that it was not.
I mean, you're interpreting it how you'd like to. I was just chattering my teeth.
Nothing has changed with you,
Yeah,
and
nothing
it
has
never
changed
will.
with you, and it never will.
Coming from the deadbeat aunt.
This motherfucker. Hi, Chris.
Hi.
Hi, Christopher.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy
Holidays.
Is it too early for the...
Oh, yeah, I guess we could start off with the gift.
I will take the gift.
So this is a very late Christmas gift.
Well, I was
but-
going to bring you Christmas cookies, and then
Where are they?
I died. It's the same reason why I haven't seen your children. I died. I contracted the plague and died.
Well, before
I'm
you open
sorry.
that, I'm glad you didn't bring them to... Can you hold on for 1 second? I decided last night in bed that sugar is a drug and I'm off of it.
Hell yeah.
Because, well, I'm not completely off of it, but I'm off like the dessert at night because since having kids, I really I don't want to drink alcohol because I'm just like, I want to be 100%, especially in these first few months,
Yeah.
you know? So that doesn't feel right. But then I find myself after a long, exhausting day as a parent, I just eat a whole cookie or 3 pieces of cake. And that's not a good habit, you know?
No.
And then what popped up on my recommended page was this Dr. Amen, who's the brain doctor who Morgan went to, who a bunch of YouTubers and athletes go to, if they have head injuries or whatever.
I saw Khloe Kardashian go to him.
And how's her brain?
Fucked up.
Well, anyways, he was talking about the things that you should not do for your brain. And he was like, sugar breaks down into a toxin that then restricts blood flow to your brain, which is very, very bad for you. And I was like, wow, that's it. Tomorrow I'm waking up. I'm going to hot yoga. I'm releasing all of this. I'm getting the blood flow back into my brain and I'm off the dessert.
Hell yeah.
But then what am I going to have? What am I going to replace it with?
You could get whipping cream and whip it and put strawberries in it, and it's fucking delicious.
Is that sugar? Well, but I don't want that. Whatever.
You don't want the strawberry
I'll
sugar?
figure. What I used to do is just
natural
the
sugars are
one-
fine.
I
Natural
used-
sugars are fine.
If it's whole food sugar.
If it's from a food and it's not a processed sugar, a processed sugar is gonna fuck your shit.
I just need one little sweet thing that's full of dark chocolate to pop in my mouth.
Berries
after
and
dessert.
cream. You could become a little lad who loves berries and cream.
Okay.
With that hair, hold the fucking phone. Ryland, you might be a little lad who loves berries and cream. I'm so glad you paused me present opening to come to this conclusion
Well, I
because
just have
that
to say-
is a gift in and of itself, is it not, Chris?
And now I'm gonna have to find that asset. As a dad, are you kidding me?
You are one. Oh wait, what is this?
I should have brought mine out here. Chris already gave me one.
What? And there's a Bubs?
Yeah, a little bub.
First of all, lie to me and say they just mass produced these.
Can you show? No, he went all the way to Sorry, Chris. It's your gift.
You're good.
I'm like, this is what he did.
It's a Funko Lizzie.
Yeah, I went to in Hollywood. They have a huge Funko Pop store, and they don't sell it online or anything yet. But in that one store, at least, you can make custom made ones. And so
Wow.
He drove all the way to Hollywood for us.
I'm not crying.
Mine has a vlog camera.
Yours as if mine has headphones and a little dog.
And he got my hair just right. I'll have to put a picture of mine
Is
as
she
well.
holding a microphone or
Can
is
you
that
show
coffee
them?
or pills?
It's like a Starbucks.
Starbucks.
So like a coffee.
I love her.
That is so cute.
And the dog's almost a mix between both my dogs.
I know the dog. Some things it didn't give you enough
No,
options.
it's honestly, it's good because it feels like it's Bubs' colors with the shape of a Frenchie.
The hair is right too.
The hair is right. It's
Should
a
you
side
get some
part.
bangs?
I've been thinking I should get some bangs.
Not the curtain. You need to do the
swoop?
curtain, not the
right.
What?
Well, I've been wanting Taylor bangs. I'm growing out my hair to look like Taylor Swift. I don't give a fuck.
She gets her hair done professionally every day, I'm sure.
So
The bangs seem like something you need to have done every day.
no, you just need a roller. I know.
Okay. Well, I'm nervous.
Oh no, are you gonna be a bitch? Why are you nervous?
Am I going to be a bitch?
Yeah.
Says the person who begged me to move to California to be a present person
I got
in my
sick.
And then you went to New York for 400 days.
Yeah, for 9 days to see my father, who I see every 2 years.
Felt like 400 days.
Crazy. Oh.
Well, it's just we missed a month. So do we pick up where we are today or do we backtrack a little bit?
I think if there are important things that we must backtrack to, we must backtrack to them.
My kids seem pretty important, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Not if you're Lizzie. Not if you're
Oh
Elizabeth
my God,
McGarry.
you bitch ass.
Straight to
Wow, I knew you were gonna be a bitch. I knew it.
Okay, where do we start?
I don't know. We could start at the birth.
Well, if you no,
Well, whose birth should we start at though? Yours or Shane's? Probably Shane's. It comes chronologically in order that way.
no, if you well, we have 2 kids now, Jet and Max. Hello, they're beautiful.
2
it's
kids,
wonderful.
2 vlogs.
It's I think I've done 3 since the kids have been born.
Wow, I'm a
Look
fake
at that.
fan.
That's on being a working mother. And it hasn't been easy, okay? But you know what? I have found if you don't take time for yourself, I mean, maybe not you, I would go crazy. Like, I love the role of being a parent more than any job I've ever had, but it's also the most draining and consuming of any job I've ever had.
Yeah.
Because I imagine it being like when you're walking your dogs, you know how they say they get exhausted from like sniffing the
Smelling,
ground?
yeah.
I feel like
You're
when you're
smelling a
taking
lot.
care of babies, you're like emotionally focused.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is draining on top of not sleeping, on top of the cycle repeats itself every 3 hours.
Yeah.
But it is the most wonderful, like, and has given me like the most purpose that I've ever had in life.
And they're really cute.
And they're really cute babies. And I
Yeah.
don't think I'm just saying that because I'm their dad.
Right.
I've had a lot of people message me being like, I'm not just saying this because I know you, but they're really cute babies.
Who knows you?
And they
saying
grow.
that?
You act like I don't know anyone.
I mean, it feels like when you say a lot of people, I'm like, your mom?
No, like people coming out of the woodworks.
Oh, shit.
They're like,
Well,
those
okay,
kids
okay.
are cute. And they are cute.
They
And
are cute.
It's just been like so much fun. Everyone tells you, and I do look at Instagram, like I have become that person where I'm like, of course they can do that. They don't have children.
Oh, got it.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like they're out there just doing whatever they want, whenever they want. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's because they don't have children. And I know everyone would say like, and I knew it was like going to be an all encompassing job, but you don't realize how much time you have before you're a parent.
Right.
You just don't. Like now, if we have the kids, obviously like we have help with the kids. That's how I'm sitting here right now. But on days that we don't have help, it's like with especially having 2 kids,
Yeah.
the time I have for myself is like in between 2 naps. And one of them I spend walking my dogs so that they don't hate me for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And the other is like maybe getting a little bit of work done, brushing my teeth and taking a shower if I'm lucky. And then other than that, it's like one of us swaps out. So it's like I
2 is
barter.
a lot.
I barter my time with Shane. I'm like, okay, I'll take this hour alone if you get the next hour alone.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because it's a lot, but it's also the best. And I can't imagine not having 2 now that I have 2.
I was thinking about you having 2 last night, and I was like, no, they did have to have 2. They had to have 2.
We had to have 2.
Because at first you're like, so we did 2, and I was like, well, that was reckless. I was like, that was a crazy fucking choice, my guy. But I get it. I get it. And I think it's, 2 out the fucking woodworks, and then next time we'll probably just do
Definitely just do 1
Yeah.
if we have another baby. It's also just a lot. Like, I know being pregnant is also a lot. I don't know because I can't become pregnant. But like the process of like start to finish having children for us as a gay couple was very long and involved. And like, thank God that there's surrogates and donors who want to help people like Shane and I complete our families. Like, God bless them.
Yeah.
But it is still stressful all the way around. Like, it's even like it's still stressful to like we're still like closing out. It's still like dealing with like, I mean, as everyone does that has kids.
I had a lot of empathy for you going through that, because I can only imagine how, like, you're not their mother, like you didn't cook them in your womb,
Right.
but it's like you are their father with, but we would like to call you a mother, but you have the sensibility of a person who like feels this child inside your body, but they're not inside your body. And I can only imagine how frustrating it must be to like want to protect this thing as though it were inside of you, but you don't have the control over it because it's just not.
And you just have to like let go and let God.
Which
Honestly,
we don't do well.
Not at all.
That is not our
all.
brand.
But I also wasn't going to be the type of person with a surrogate who was micromanaging their, like, I've heard just from like listening to like Paris Hilton talk or Kim Kardashian talk or Maria Menounos, which are all people that use surrogates at one point for their kids. Some would be like, I sent them meal plans because I wanted them on this diet. And Kim Kardashian was like, I just let my surrogate live her life. And I was like, who am I to, like, somebody's already doing the biggest favor for us ever, and they also want the best outcome. Like, they're not just doing this not also hoping for the best.
Yeah.
So I just had to, like, while being in contact a lot, just had to be like, what's going to be is going to be, and I'm not going to be able to change the outcome of this, and I just have to hope that everyone involved has the best of intentions.
What a beautiful mindset.
I mean, yeah, it was difficult at times, and not like at anyone's fault necessarily.
No.
It's just hard to especially be in a different state than the person who is with children.
It's such a specific version of powerlessness that it's like ground shaking. You know what I mean? Like, to accept that you have no power over that situation is scary. It's your fucking kid.
I mean, even if you're the pregnant woman yourself, though, it's also like you don't, like, the scares are the same, and if
The
not
scares
larger,
are the same, but at
because
least you can be like holding yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you
talking
can
to
hold,
the baby, filling the baby.
Yeah.
But thank God, like, everything worked out in such an incredible way, even though they came, like, I was even joking on this podcast, like, we'll see you next week. And plot twist.
I was so excited, by the way. I was at Orange Theory Fitness hitting the gym. I was on the phone with my friend Shannon actually before the gym, and Ryland sends me a picture like, "Can you go meet the boys?" And I was like, "I have to go, Shannon." And I like sprinted out of the store as if I was invited to LAX and about to get on this fucking plane. No matter how many times I asked, this bitch never was like, "Sure." And then in class, I kept leaving class to like go check my phone, and I was like, "I hope the instructor asks what's up with me so I can say my best friend's in labor right now." No one asked. No one cared.
Crazy.
No one cared about my birth experience.
And Lizzie was just like, I wonder when people are going to start checking on me now that we know that you're having birth.
No one did. There were some comments in the comment section like, "Congratulations, Lizzie," and I was like, "Thank you."
Hello, you guys. Today's podcast is sponsored by Rocket Money, and making sure that I'm aware of my financials now that I have kids is such a huge priority for me, and I love Rocket Money for so many reasons. One, I can see exactly what's coming in versus what's going out. They send me spending reports every single week, and if you're not familiar, Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills. Inside of Rocket Money, I can see all of my subscriptions in one place, and if I see something that I don't want, I can cancel it with a tap. Literally a tap. I never have to get on the phone with a customer service representative, and Rocket Money will even try to get you a refund for the last couple of months of wasted money, and they'll help you negotiate lower bills for you by up to 20%. All you have to do is take a picture of your bill, and Rocket Money takes care of the rest. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has helped its members save on average of $720 a year, with over 500 million in canceled subscriptions. So stop wasting your money on things that you don't use and cancel your unwanted subscriptions today by going to rocketmoney.com/sip. That's rocketmoney.com/sip, rocketmoney.com/sip. This episode is also sponsored by Stitch Fix. I know that you've been there before, frustrated with not having the right wardrobe to match your evolving lifestyle. Whether you're going on vacation, looking for maternity wear, or simply bored of your old clothes, the stylists at Stitch Fix make sure you always have something to wear. Stitch Fix is the best way to shop for new styles and brands. You simply share your preferences, sizes, and budget, and Stitch Fix sends you 5 items in a fix right to your door. They have sizes from extra small to 3XL, and you can try on everything at home, keep what you like, and then send back the rest. Shipping and returns are always free. Stitch Fix is so cool because you can simply order a refresh as needed or set it and forget it with regular fixes. You're in complete control. Over time, Stitch Fix and their seasoned style experts will match you with greater precision to perfect pieces for you based on your likes and dislikes. I hate when it comes to clothing shopping. I don't like any of the experience, and I still have Stitch Fix pieces that I got from 5 years ago that I go out in this world and people compliment me on all the time, like, "Where'd you get that?" And I was like, "It's actually from a Stitch Fix box," and I've been using them ever since. So thank you to Stitch Fix. They really do get me, and they will get you too. So try Stitch Fix today at stitchfix.com/sip, and you'll get 25% off when you keep everything in your fix. That's stitchfix.com/sip, stitchfix.com/sip.
I realized with newborns, like, you just can't plan anything that's outside of babies. You know what I mean? Like, even it was Teresa's birthday, God love her so much, and we still had such a fantastic time. But it's like, even though they're like with us and we're rolling them around and we're bringing them on the party, it's like, of course, the second you try to have cake, it's like,
No.
babies know. They're like, no, this
like,
is
"Fuck
our
your cake."
day. And so it is like anyone that comes over just kind of has to accept it's a baby's household right
Yeah.
now. And you're going to sit in the nursery or wherever we are with the babies, and we're going to have the best time with babies. But there's really nothing outside of babies because that's
it's
just
also
what
like,
it is.
It's a very chill hangout too. Like I don't understand why everyone's always like, well, let's go do something. Like why? Like we could sit here and hold these little lumps. Like what do you want to go do, you weird bitch?
No, and it is
I do
very
want to
fun.
walk them though.
And it's very fun.
Yeah.
It's very fun to walk them, and they love walking, and they just immediately will fall asleep, and they stay asleep the entire time they're in the stroller. Shane's finally like giving me the green light to go on my neighborhood walks with them.
I
So
love
we've been
that.
doing that every day for one of their naps.
I do want to get you a taser.
What do you mean? For like bears? Mountain
For
lions?
everything, just to keep on your person at all times.
There's nobody around here.
Grab a fucking taser and shut the fuck up.
I'll put it in the stroller. It's nice to have a stroller because it's like the biggest purse in the world. You can just like throw everything below down there. And
What
you're
kind of
just-
stroller are you fucking with?
A Cybex. It's the dual. I could. It's the Cybex Giselle S. And I did
Sexy.
probably 4 hours of research on which stroller I was going to purchase. Right now, it goes straight from the car. It's a car seat onto the stroller. It lies flat. I'm not using like the actual stroller attachments just yet, even though I saw a few people being like, you can use the stroller attachments because those also lie flat.
Right.
They're just more comfortable in their car seat for now.
Question: does your car seat do both back and forward facing?
In the stroller?
No, in the car.
I don't know yet. But you're as newborns,
It's back facing.
Yes, it's
yeah.
only back.
But
for
I
now.
heard that there are some car seats now that transition.
Well, a lot of them swivel now too for like easier
Right.
take out.
Well, I in my heart of hearts, I was like, oh, you just get one fucking car seat to rule them all, and that motherfucker sits in it till they're 8. And my friend was like, not the case,
No.
bro. I've got a kid under 2, and we've had 4 goddamn fucking seats, and I'm
You
like,
have to
what?
trade for you have to, and even so going to Seattle because it was so last minute, there was no like we literally had to like be like, oh, there's one flight to get there tonight for the birth tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we just had to pack some stuff and leave. So I didn't have my car seat. So I'm like trying to Postmate, DoorDash, like do everything to get car seats delivered to the hospital so that when we got cleared to leave, we had
A car
seats.
Yeah.
And people just kept trying to like, also people shopping for the car seats don't know because they're just like, they don't have this one, so I swapped it for this one. I was like, that's not a newborn car seat. I
Yeah.
need a newborn car seat. They're newborns.
Not to be like the most ridiculous bitch right now, but I'm like, if you're buying something like that, don't use your own liberty to swap some shit out. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is so not
I know, but
the
like
same.
you're saying, if you don't have kids, you don't really know that
No,
like one car seat isn't a la carte.
Right, but it's like I ordered a backyard fucking umbrella. So my dog was dying, Jelly was dying, and it was Joe's fucking birthday week, and there was nothing we could do. You know what I mean? Like we can't leave the fucking house. We have to stay home. So I thought I'm going to set up the backyard to be like we'll have a kiddie pool. I'll make Joe a fucking barbecue. I bought some plastic cups so that he could go drink in the kiddie pool, and I'll put he's a June baby, so it's like hot as fuck. And I'll put a umbrella over the back of it.
Right.
I can't leave the house to go get these things. I have to Postmates them. And so I put, or whatever the app is that you can buy like actual
Right.
things. Instacart,
They're shipped. There's like a bunch of different things.
whatever it was. Like I found the umbrella thing that I needed, and I placed an order for a very specific umbrella and a specific stand. And these motherfuckers were like, oh, I opted for the teal and decided not to get the fucking stick that the umbrella goes in. So then I just had a base and a teal fucking umbrella and no goddamn stick. And it's like, I'm an idiot and I can't return this no matter what. But it's not like what do I do now?
I don't even know if it's worth my time, but so the only one that had the 2 newborns was Walmart. So I was like, okay, I'll order it from Walmart. They have their own delivery system, and they're the ones that swapped it out. And then I call Walmart's customer service, and I was like, hey, can you just tell whoever's there shopping
Yeah.
that I need 2 newborns specifically? Nope, we can't contact the drivers, and neither can you. And I'm like, well, then what kind of service is this? And I was like, well, then I have to cancel the order altogether. And she's like, okay, I'll do that. 40 minutes later, this poor delivery man is like, I'm at the hospital. And I was like, with 2 different car seats?
But he can contact you.
He can contact me. But then the guy had wasted all of his time. So then I felt obligated to tip him because he was like, Walmart's not
Right.
going to pay me if I don't make the delivery. And then 3 hours later, they had sent another person because I sent him away. So it's just like,
Do you have 6 car seats right now?
no.
Okay.
But
Just
I do have
checking.
4. Do you want 2 of them for one day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I pick which ones? Just kidding.
No, you can't.
picked the nice
You
ones.
get the ones that were sent to me from then Target.
Oh, I'll take them.
Okay.
I've got 2 dogs.
I'm using my Zybex that work with my stroller, and I saw a lot of people when I was like being in my mom mode, ordering all the things. They're like, "You're not going to use those." I use everything except for my little snuggle me / DocaTot type thing.
Yeah. I'm not trying to get sued by DocaTot, but I've heard some things for some parents.
No, I just don't like it because it's like this little enclosure that I feel like if they look one way, it's too easy. If I'm not watching them, like I'm always with them if they're in like a bouncer or something, but that one specifically just scares me because they can turn to the side and there's a barrier that like their face is planted in. So it just scares me, but I still have 2 of them, but it's like the only thing because I just saw so many people being like, "You're not going to use all those things. You just need the basics." And it's like, guess what? I needed a lot more than I even had.
Yeah.
Like I got there and it's like, then I wanted a different diaper cream and I did it. But I think one day at the end of a show for like everyone that's not moms, I'll like do
Drop
the
your
products.
spreadsheet.
I'll drop my spreadsheets and the products that we actually have used in the first couple months of their lives. Just because I watched so many of those videos preparing to be a mom.
Honestly, I think you should do like a straight up, if you're bored by this, fast forward, but I think you should do a fucking swaddle review because you had like 10 fucking variations of a swaddle and now you know which one you like.
Well, the nurse that helps us, I think it's just called the Miracle Wrap on Amazon, and it's just.
But you should do a review of all the ones, like show how they work and everything.
The one. Oh well, yeah, because they are complicated to use, and I feel like there's a learning curve, and you really have to like get over the learning curve because if you don't, then you're just gonna have an unswaddled baby who's fussy because they're like waking themselves up with their arms.
And they get scared, bro. They like scare themselves up. And then they're like, what the fuck?
It's crazy. Like the crash course that not only happens in the first like 48 hours in the hospital, but then the first week, the first month, is just like, once you get over the phase of thinking like everything is life threatening. Yeah. Once you like are comfortable with like the day to day and like your baby specifically, because every baby is different, I do feel like it gets a lot better. But they also then awaken to the world a lot more, like their senses, they become more aware, and then it is like they're just more a part of the world, and it's like you've just got to be a little more on top of it. And with 2, you're just like juggle it too. But we do have some help, which is like I see so many moms being like, good for you posting videos. I couldn't even hold my head up in the first month with twins. And I'm just saying, like, first of all, my mom was here for like pretty much the entire first month.
I've been here twice,
which was like a game saver or a life saver, because then like even when the babies went down, she would just like sit in there with her work laptop so that I could roam around to like pick up, go like do something for myself. And what I found the most important for myself is like taking 2 hours for myself. Like I still make it a priority to go to yoga once a week because I'm just like, I have to have like a full reset to be the best version of myself for my kids. You know what I mean?
Earlier today, I asked if you wanted to go to Mommy and Me yoga, where I get one of the boys and you get one of the boys. Yeah. Can we do that?
Of course.
Oh my God, yay! Because you never responded.
Well, I was busy. I was a little busy this morning.
What are you, dadding? Okay, no, yeah.
Every day is different. You have like some days where they're like fuss monsters all day long, and then they wake up the next day and they're like these perfect little angels, and you're like, whoa, you're perfect angels now. What happened? And then you're like, are these babies going to be colicky because they were like fussy today? And then I'm like, no. They won't. But they are on a schedule now, and it's sorry. I'm talking so much about the kids.
I love it.
We're gonna move on soon.
Oh, I was just gonna talk about killing my husband. So if you want to stay positive a little longer, you can.
Let me see what else I needed to hit on. Oh, you know, it's been the like most drastic change that's been beneficial to me.
Can I guess?
Well, it's on the document. So
I know, I already read it, but I was going to make you guys think I was so smart. The temperature of the house is warm. It's no longer cold in there for Shane's preference.
It's no longer 64 degrees and freezing. You need like a coat in the middle of winter in your own house. Like the babies have to be from like 68 to 72. My babies prefer a nice 70. When it's bath time, we bump it up to 73 because they're naked.
I love bath time.
Bath time.
You guys, they have these little tummies and these tiny little feet that they don't even use.
It's so cute.
They're really cute.
And they're growing so fast. Like I like leave them for 3 hours while they're like 2 hours while they're asleep. While I'm watching the monitor, I come back and see them in person and I'm like,
who are you?
You grew.
Slow down.
You're a big man.
He's a big man. I'm scared. Who let these men into my house?
But yeah, it's been so nice. And like, I was a little worried because at first, if we had one kid, I was like, oh, I'll take the nights. Shane will take the mornings. But like both of our schedules just in the hospital, you don't sleep at all. So it's like both a hard reset on your complete schedules. And so it's just like we're both kind of all in all the time, which has been incredible. And the temperature isn't freezing in my house.
Can we keep talking about this a little longer?
Yeah.
I have noticed that you guys seem so fucking lit up from the inside out and in love. And I'm wondering if that is optics for those of us fans on the internet watching, or if you guys are truly like glistening.
No, we're doing really good. And I think for a lot of reasons. One, I said we did get some help. And I know not everyone can get help in the form of hiring somebody to help. But like I said, the first month, my mom was here nonstop. And that just like gives us both a time, like a second and some time to be able to go like be with each other for a second. I think it's so important to prioritize also a reset. If that's like a 30-minute walk with your dogs, if that's like hanging out with your husband and remembering that you love each other, I think it's very, very important. And like if you have a best friend, if you don't have family, find somebody that you trust with that baby or those babies that can just give you an hour.
Yeah.
Because it's so important. Like, I do think I would, like, if I was 24/7 nonstop all the time, it's the sleep deprivation that really
makes you
puts
turn on your man.
everything on edge and could really make you turn in your marriage.
Yeah.
I believe that, like, if you don't have a solid foundation going into kids, it's going to be fucked.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot. It's a lot.
So my dogs are very needy, and I'm not comparing them to children, but I do love them probably more than some of you love your children. And so my dogs go to the bathroom. Icky goes to the bathroom twice a night. So I'm already on that 3-hour schedule, girl. But that motherfucker goes pee at fucking 2 or 3 and then again at 4 or 5.
Okay, so the only difference is you'll be up for a full hour minimum
Right.
each of those stretches with a kid.
And I'll be breastfeeding 3 because if I just have the 1, there's also anyway.
That's like actually something the internet's gonna try to cancel you for.
Drag me, bitch.
Bestiality.
It's not. I am their mother. Anyway,
Right. You
mind your own business. I'm done with this mom shaming.
Okay.
Wait,
What?
I'm going to talk about what happened to me last night.
Okay, I would love that.
So I'm accustomed to getting up to take Icky out because Joe snores as if he's just rubbing in my face how deeply he's in slumber. And so I take Icky potty and then I come back to bed and Bubs never goes potty. Like Bubs does not get up until I'm ready to get up and feed his ass breakfast. Bubs gets out of bed right after I get back in bed with Icky. Like right after I've fallen back asleep, I sense, oh, Bubs is up. Something's wrong. This dog does not get out of bed unless he has to fucking get out of bed, which probably means he's going to poop or he's going to puke.
Right.
And I've been gone for 9 days, so Joe was alone with them. And
I know, it's been a long 9 days. Thanks.
Joe decided not to make their food again. So God knows what the fuck he fed them, but if Bubs is up in the middle of the night and I don't know what he's been eating, like it's going to be a mess.
Is there not an alternative? Do you have to cook their food?
Yes, you have
can't
to
get
cook
like
their
the
food.
fresh pet.
I'm
or,
sorry,
like,
I'm
one
an
of these-
attentive parent to my pups.
My pups get 1 cup dry food, 1 cup fresh pet, and they're fine.
My dogs are probably better than fine. Anyway.
I know, but like, okay. Talk to me when you have 2 kids.
Okay.
And let me see if you're still making your dog's food.
I will always make my dogs food.
I didn't make my dog's food before I had kids, so it's me. Hi.
So anyway, so I'm like in bed and I'm thinking to myself like, well, I don't want to take Bubs out now. Like, it seems only fair that this bitch should wake the fuck up and take this dog potty because the
Right.
dog's going potty because of whatever he poisoned him with. And Joe wakes up and pulls all the fucking blankets off of me in the process, which is crazy aggressive. And then like Bubs is literally like banging on the door and I go, do you think he has to go to the bathroom? Like I'm just cueing Joe to do the right thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Get the fuck up,
Like
bitch.
take the dog out, motherfucker. And he goes, I don't know. Do you want me to ask him? And I swear to God, Ryland, that motherfucker got out of bed, took himself to the bathroom, blew his nose for 30 seconds as loud as he fucking could, came back in the room and went to sleep and started snoring. Never took Bubs out. And then I'm shivering in the cold and I was
After
like, well,
he-
I guess I'll fucking take the dog out now!
And then did you go to sleep on the couch just to prove a
No,
point?
I didn't. I stayed awake listening to that bitch snore at the top of his fucking lungs thinking I'm going to just put a pillow over his head. And if his sleep apnea takes him, it takes him. And it's fine because I could move into Ryland's house. And then I thought about like moving in here with you with my dogs and like whatever else I
If
might
you're
be
going to
moving
be
in with.
additional care for my children, then fine.
And then I decided I did not want to live here. So then I thought, what's my
This is a great environment.
I know, I'm so sorry, but I don't want to live here. And then I came up with another plan, which is I'm going to move to Nashville because I know they've got a program for first-time homeowners where you don't have to put a penny down. So I'm going to Nashville and I'm going to breastfeed my dogs there where nobody gives a shit about that.
Okay.
After I accidentally kill my husband. I'm so tired. I've been up since 3 a.m. because of that motherfucker. And then he had the audacity to have, he like comes out, he goes, God, I'm so tired. At like 11 a.m. This bitch crawls out of bed. God, I'm so tired. He goes, I just toss and turn all night. And it's like, no, you don't. You sleep soundly all night, scream snoring. I know. I'm there.
I finally got to sleep the other night, and you know the worst noise in the world is when you hear the dogs.
Yeah, that'll wake anyone.
It will wake anyone, but I was so tired and the babies were asleep, and I was just like, they have blankets under them because I have white couches. I'm just going to let it happen.
God bless you.
And I just rolled over and went right back to sleep, and I was like, I'll throw that stupid fucking blanket away if I have to.
Yeah.
I am not waking my ass up in these precious moments right now.
Yeah.
Honey, you will barf on that, and I will clean it in the morning.
Did she?
I think she ate it, which is the dark part.
That's the sick, fucked up part because they will eat it. I saw this really funny quote on Instagram where it's like, better to have barfed and eaten it again than barfed it up and eaten it again than to have never eaten it at all.
And
like-
normally I like stop them. I'm like, but it's like, sorry guys, I'm doing the best I can. You're just gonna have to barf there. If it's not on my rug, then it's gonna happen right now.
I jump up and I rub their little backs. It's okay. It's okay.
I do the same thing though. I jump up because like literally anyone that hears that noise, if you have a dog, like
You know.
you wake up, you know. I
Yeah.
look over at shit. Like, could you fucking wake up?
Yeah, goddamn, dude. Also, when I was out of town, Joe's like, Icky didn't get up to go potty once in the night. It's like, I'm positive he did. I'm positive he got up twice to go potty in the night, and you slept through it. The fuck?
Shane says the same thing because like
God.
my dogs, like pre-kids, if the alarm clock for them is 8 a.m. If it's 8 a.m. and I wasn't up, they're walking on my face. Honey's howling.
Yeah.
They're barking because they know it's breakfast time.
Yeah.
And every time I go out of town, Shane's like, the dogs just let me sleep in as late as I wanted.
No,
And I was
you're
like,
neglecting them, and I'm calling CPS.
No, I believe him because he'll FaceTime me when he wakes up at 1, and they're just like they're conked out on the bed, and I'm
Because
like,
they're exhausted from begging.
no, they're taking advantage of me.
Oh.
Like when we go on walks and they
They
like,
really take advantage
this
of
isn't
me."
Ryland. I'm just going to sniff and eat everything.
Yeah.
It's like they,
Well, when your dogs are with me, they know I want them to have a good life. So they're like, I'm going to take advantage of this moment.
right. My dogs
like,
don't walk 7 days a week, even with 2
sniff away, Una,
newborns
with
in
you
the house.
yanking him. Let's go, girls!
It has been nice though. Like we've been opening the door to the nursery and the other room now just when we're feeding, and it's like free time for all the animals to commingle with us, and it's been going really well, which was like a very slow merger for
Yeah.
us.
Because they had no idea what was coming. Oh my God. The ugly, fucking violent sobbing I did when you said, you're going to be their dog.
Oh.
Like, honestly, that could get me right now.
I did see like the moments when people said that they were crying was like that.
Like, my fate was, I was slamming pasta in my mouth, beet red, scream crying, your dog! You're their dog! Like,
well,
a
Riley
mess.
is going to be their dog. And I do tell her all, I mean, Uno and Honey are too, but like Riley's going to grow up with them.
Right,
You
because
know
she's
what
a
I mean?
puppy too.
Yeah, she's a puppy.
baby.
Today's podcast is also sponsored by HelloFresh, and with HelloFresh, you get farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. You skip those awful trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable, and that's why it's America's #1 meal kit. You can make saving time your breeziest solution this year with quick and convenient recipes. You just choose your meals, select your delivery date, and HelloFresh handles the meal planning, the shopping, and all you have to do is open your weekly box of pre-portioned ingredients and follow the step-by-step recipes to get cooking. Their 15-minute meals are my favorite, and they're designed to minimize mealtime stress. They have wholesome, health-forward options like Calorie Smart and Protein Smart recipes that are available each and every week. I love HelloFresh because I am A, a bad chef, and B, just don't have the time to like plan out and think about recipes, so it saves me so much time to walk downstairs after a busy work day and say, oh, this is exactly what I can eat. I'm capable of making it. It's delicious and healthy at the same time. So go to HelloFresh.com/thesipfree and use code thesipfree for free breakfast for life. 1 breakfast item per box while your subscription is active. That's free breakfast for life at HelloFresh.com/thesipfree with code thesipfree. HelloFresh, it's America's #1 meal kit. We all have busy lives, and and who has time to waste an entire day recovering after a night out with friends? Well, ZBiotics is the pre-alcohol answer that we've all been looking for. Their probiotic was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It's this byproduct, not dehydration, to blame for your rough next day. So pre-alcohol produces an enzyme to break down this byproduct, and this is a proactive solution that wards off feeling miserable the next day instead of a reactive approach like drinking electrolytes or eating greasy food. I, like you, was very skeptical of trying this and thinking, oh, that won't actually work for me, but I seriously, after a night of going out to a fancy dinner and having one too many martinis, felt so good the next morning after taking my ZBiotics pre-alcohol. It's truly fantastic, and I couldn't recommend it more because as I get older, I just do not recover the way I once did. With Valentine's Day fast approaching, whether you have a Galentine's Day party or a date night with a new date or a longtime lover, ZBiotics is the perfect match for your wine and chocolate pairing. So enhance your mornings with ZBiotics. Go to zbiotics.com/thesip to get 15% off your first order when you use code THESIP at checkout. ZBiotics is backed with a 100% money back guarantee. So if you're unsatisfied for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Remember to head to zbiotics.com/thesip and use code THESIP at checkout for 15% off. Thank you, ZBiotics, for sponsoring this episode and our good times.
Did you see that I think you should get a dog when they're 9 months old? A puppy. I think we need to get another puppy.
Shane's already been on that too. He keeps showing me the kind of dog he wants, and I was
What
like,
does he want?
But you know what? In a different way, babies are harder than puppies, but it's different because the puppies are peeing and shitting everywhere and then running around.
Yeah.
Whereas like the babies, it's a slower
Till they run.
introduction
And
until
you're
they run.
living for them to be running around.
Yes, I can't wait for that personally.
Yeah.
Like I think I have the energy for that as
Yeah.
like the mom that I am. Like I'm going to really love that stage of their life where they can like jump in the car seat themselves. I can make sure they're buckled in. We can drive down the street and go on a nice little hike.
This maniac looked at me the other day. He's like, they're going to beat the shit out of each other.
They are.
Like he was like, and I'm going to love it. Austin and I used to beat the shit out of each other.
No, I even watch like all my Instagram recommended now is just like parent things and
Yeah.
like pregnant woman things. And it is like all these moms with two kids or two boys specifically. They're just always like beating the shit out of each other.
Oh yeah, at Lily's birthday party, there were two little boys who just kept grabbing balloons and beating the fuck out of each other. Like absolutely brutal gladiator. Like one of them's not leaving the Thunderdome. It's like
just gonna be me like playing referee all day, like running and chasing them all day. But it's something I'm into. And
which one do you think's gonna be the knife grabber?
Oh,
Jet.
He's the one that's very vocal. He lets you know exactly what he wants when he wants. Like we have pretty good kids, but Jet specifically, like
He's opinionated.
he's opinionated. When he wants to tell you something, he's gonna tell you something.
And I think that's great
He
for a
doesn't
baby.
just like Max. He's like
Max is funny.
he's like I'm hungry. He's like he's fussy. Like fussy. It's like cute. It's laughable. Jet's hungry. It's like even the nurse today, she was like, the neighbors in Malibu can hear when Jet's hungry.
Yep.
And that's the truth.
That's just.
But normally he doesn't cry for no reason. It's like he's woken up and it's time to eat.
Yeah.
He's like being changed and he doesn't like the cold air.
Yeah.
Or it's like he's had enough and he's ready to go to sleep.
Yeah.
He's like, put me in a freaking swaddle and let's go to bed.
Yeah, I'm done with this life.
Yeah. So parent life has been fun. It was also our 1-year wedding anniversary.
Yeah. You made it.
We made it.
Farther than some folks.
Yeah. And that's, I think, all that happened to me. Lizzie put in like 1, 2, 3 punchlines that I was just like, well, you did one already, the plotting Joe's accidental murder. But another huge like jaw-dropping moment for me was we were texting. Well, Shane actually messaged both of us about something. I can't remember what.
Oh, how interesting.
And he was like, you probably know, Lizzie, because I bet they're talking about it on TikTok. And Lizzie goes, no, I'm off TikTok. And I was like, what?
Oh, I'm off TikTok.
The woman who spends 18 hours a day on TikTok is off TikTok and didn't think she needed to tell me about it?
Well,
This is like sugar for you. What are you replacing it with?
books.
Oh.
I read 5 books this year.
This year?
Yeah.
Like in 15 days?
Yeah.
No.
Swear to God.
Mama.
I stopped TikTok. What am I filling that time with? My screen time was like 8 hours a day. The fuck?
And have you realized like all that pointless information
So,
that was coming into your
here's-
head was worthless?
Well, it's more than it's worthless. It's damaging. Like, our brains are not meant to consume and throw away information like that. And then also, like, because we want a baby and everyone's having babies, and my TikTok For You page became like a really dark, fucked up, sad space for me to be. So it's like I'm either seeing something that's so fucking cute that I'm scream crying, or I'm seeing that's so fucking sad that I'm scream
We're
crying.
not meant to process that many
We're
things.
not meant to
from
process that
around-
many things, or I'm seeing like, you know, global events that are just so goddamn devastating, but you're seeing it in real time. And it's like, yes, those things need recognition. Like, there are genocides happening around the fucking world, but what the fuck good is me scream crying in my bed doing to help
Further
any of that?
anything, yeah.
And then I thought about it. It's like, if all of us who are spending 8 fucking hours a day consuming things, getting irate about things, talking about things on social media as if it actually makes a difference, put our fucking phones down and decided to just be the change we wanted to see in the world, how many more people would have a good fucking day?
Yeah.
A fucking
I
lot.
agree.
It's like, honestly, like, keep fucking posting, bro, because like, whatever, like, knowledge is power and silence is violence, but at the same time, like, put that shit into work, into your everyday life. Be fucking nice to people.
I agree. And I think even as like somebody whose job is putting out things that I hope people can enjoy and escape from for a second, like escape from just like whatever is like going on in their lives for a second, I have my own rules and boundaries with social media because I too like want to live in my real life, you know, like even with Instagram, I don't open it until noon unless I'm like promoting a video or something, because it's not healthy to wake up and just like see everything in the world coming at you in your face all at once, good, bad, entertaining, rude, crazy.
Yeah.
It's not good.
And the anxiety level and the frivolousness of all of it is just so fucking sad. And then there's also like now the evolution of it being monetized and people who are just going out and stealing original content and then splicing it together with other original content. So it's 2 pieces of stolen pie just to make more profit off of it. And then you realize you're just consuming the same trash over and over until you're just eating your own shit relentlessly. And it's fucking dark and I'm not into it. And so I deleted the app. Also, there was no memory left on my phone and I needed the space.
So thank God.
Yeah.
Honestly, thank God.
And Joe was like, you seem so much more like less anxious. Like, I'm so proud of you. And what's so funny is I'm literally only reading trashy crime thrillers where everything is about infanticide and fucking like moms killing their babies. And like, and he's like, you're
But
so relaxed.
You're still like, I feel like reading is like using your brain as opposed to like melting into and consuming something that can really affect you even if you don't realize it in the moment.
Yeah.
Like I'm even very protective of like what comes across my screens in general with like the things that I just like mute or the things I like go out of my way to make sure I don't see because it's just not a healthy place for me to live in. Like
It's dark.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, why not like do good and hope for good and just exist a better, healthier life?
And I have so much shit that I need to like actually do, you know, like I had started setting timers on my phone for 20 minutes because I would sit down to write or I would sit down to edit and I would realize like, oh my God, I've just been staring at my phone for, I don't even know how long scrolling. When did I even pick my fucking phone up? I have no memory of picking my phone up. I'm blacking out and picking my fucking phone up. The light's red. Mom, guess I should scroll. Guess I can't sit here with my own thoughts for even that many minutes. You know what I mean? Like, that's sick. We need to be bored again. Like, what the fuck? This is not good. This is not
I
good.
think like going back to like having kids, sorry, it's a lot because it's just happened to me, but it is like now time is so precious to me that what I choose to do with my free time is very important.
Yeah.
And it's like the things I can accomplish in my free time is also very important. So it has made, I think that adds, not only do you like love these 2 babies more than anything I've ever loved in my life, but it's like you're spending one-on-one time with like something so precious and new life that you don't have the time to go like out, seek and source these things that like you just don't have the time. So it's been, I feel like it's also like filled my cup up in that way too. I'm not like looking for bad things other than sugar after dinner.
Do you want to try some of that alcohol-free wine I like?
Is it just full of sugar?
Oh no, is it?
I mean, for you, that's great because it doesn't have alcohol
No,
and
but
it's still something that's.
I just, in my heart of hearts, is like, this is great.
I mean, real wine's full of sugar.
Oh. How long has that been?
Do you want to talk about your trip to NYC? Was there anything prominent?
Well, first of which, TSA took my fucking ranch dressing. So I had a fucking ranch-free life in New York, which was insane.
You couldn't ask your dad to get ranch?
It's not the same.
Where did you get ranch from that can't be purchased in New York?
Listen. Also, I don't think my dad eats or drinks water. It was crazy. Like, I just have to say, y'all need to get some food in that house quick. Because you people must be starving. And all they drink is Pellegrino. It's like, I get it. You're rich. But I think you need water just like the rest of us people do, too. It's crazy. And every time I would he has a Brita water, but I like room temperature water. So I would pour myself a glass of Brita water and then set it out to get room temperature. And he would pour it out. I was like, what are you doing?
Did you think it needed? I'm getting so hot. Like, I'm starting to sweat.
That sounds like a you problem.
I either need to take this hoodie on or put on the air.
I think you need to take this hoodie on.
Thank you for understanding.
Yeah, I speak your language, Daddy. So I'm going through TSA. They pulled my bag off the thing, and I went, "Oh, it's probably my ranch." They were like, "What?" And then you can see the X-ray machine, and it's literally like they've circled the huge Tupperware of my ranch. It's like, "Yeah, it's my ranch." They're like, "What do you need this much ranch for?" I was like, "I got a lot of carrot sticks." And then they pull all my stuff out. They're like, "You do got a lot of carrot sticks." And I was like, "Guess I'm gonna have to choke those down dry now. I'll just be coughing on the fucking airplane like every other animal in there." Dude, the amount of people who cough in there like a demon is possessed inside their body is fucking wild to me.
I hate traveling for that reason.
Also, like, where did people's shame go?
If you brought a virus back to me and my children.
This was 9 days ago.
This was literally yesterday that you got back
No, the
home.
cough I'm thinking about was on the way.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Thanks.
But I just was thinking, I was like, damn, bitch, like, hold it in. Like, what are you doing? That's deep and it's wet. Like, the fuck?
I know. If I go to a workout class and somebody has a wet cough, I give them the nastiest look because it's, oh my God, I've realized Lizzie's like horrible karma.
I really
and
don't
where
think you should
the
talk about this on
sources
air.
come from.
I don't think you should talk about this on air. I really don't think you should talk about this on air. Honest to God.
If this video
you go
gets,
any further, you might have to
If
edit
this video
it.
gets 2,000 likes, I will tell you next week.
That's not enough.
You know, well, no, it is. I
it?
set the limit.
Oh.
Okay.
Wait, I want to know.
No.
Okay, you have a hard on for Pete Davidson?
I might think he's funny.
Wait, what do you mean?
I know that's crazy, huh, Chris?
Yes.
I fucking have hated Pete Davidson. I've been like, he's not even funny. He's not even funny. This stuff's not even good. And I put on his new stand-up special at my dad's house, laughing out loud.
Where is it? Where does it exist?
Netflix, belly laughing. I didn't finish it because I got out of the shower and then I needed to, go hunting to find some food. But if I didn't have to like eat a squirrel, I would have finished the episode. I was dying laughing. There's some shit that I want you to hear in there too. And I want to be like, is this offensive as a gay man?
I don't really get offended that easy.
It's really funny though. Like it's really, he had me dying. Like he had me fucking chuckling.
Is he using the hard F?
No.
Done in the right way, I might still laugh.
He might be using a hard F. Well, no, I don't want to ruin the joke for you.
Okay, then don't. That's going to be followed by her ruining the joke for me. I know her well enough.
I'll do it in my Pedius Davidsonist.
Let's hear your Pete
I
Davidson.
go, Mom, you think I'm gay? She goes, you're not gay. He goes, no, Mom, I think I'm gay. I really like Leonardo DiCaprio. She goes, you're not gay, Pete. He goes, no, I think I'm gay. Like, I got posters of Leonardo DiCaprio at the beach on the walls of my room. That's pretty gay, Mom.
That's pretty gay.
Then she goes, she just keeps saying, you're not gay, you're not gay. And he goes, no, Mom, I think I'm gay. And she goes, all right, Pete, do you want to suck Leonardo DiCaprio's dick? He's like, I'm 11. I don't know what that means, Mom. Do you want to put his dick in your mouth and suck it till he comes in your mouth? And he goes, what's coming? And then it just keeps getting more and more absurd to the point where he's like, no, Mom, I don't want to suck his dick. She goes, you're not gay.
Well, did she, on the opposite side, ask if she wanted to suck a person's vagina?
No. But
Oh.
he wasn't saying he was straight, so I get why she didn't go that way.
I know, but
I don't know why. That bit just gave me so much anxiety, but I could faint right now. Do I have hives? Do I have hives on my chest?
well, it gave you a hard on as a lesbian, so
I mean, literally, I might faint right now. Was that offensive?
The two gay men in the room were really eating it up. So,
But that's what I'm saying. I'm like in the shower, like scream laughing, like, oh my God, is he gay? Like, shaving my legs with my dad's razor. Like, this is funny stuff. Do I like Pete Davidson? Am I the one who likes Pete? Texted all my friends, hey, could you guys watch the Pete Davidson special and see if it's funny, or am I just fucking stupid
I didn't
right
get
now?
that text. I'm feeding babies.
When are you going to find the time? You don't do half the things I ask you to do. I asked you to watch documentaries while your babies were infants.
No, you said you were going to do that with me, and you have been over twice.
You have told me I am
Barely.
not allowed in
Okay.
your home.
Do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Yes.
Because I'm bored of these videos on YouTube, but if you have one, just tell me.
Also, remind me, is a quarter 4 months or 3? It's 3, right?
3, 6, 9, 12.
What are you
That's
doing?
4 quarters in a
Right.
month. There's 12 months in a year.
But how many months are in a quarter is what I'm
3,
asking.
because 3, 6, 9, 12.
Okay, now I understand why you said those numbers. Oh, God. I've never been that nasty to you. Anyway, yes, I have goals. I have resolutions.
Okay, those are great. Chris, do you have any?
No, let me share it.
Okay.
My resolutions are to just do it, even if I don't want to do it. Like folding the laundry, I'm just going to do it.
You have to.
You have to, because who the fuck else is going to do it?
Before this podcast, I was like, I just have to clean this kitchen.
Oh, cut to this morning, Icky folded the laundry, so I guess we do have some help. And then I have quarterly goals as well.
Okay.
But those are more specific, and it's just like goal markers for my independent work because I'm doing something crazy this year.
Okay.
In addition to our Kickstarter.
Oh my God, I've never even talked about or promoted because I was a dad to 2 newborns.
Which is
Still
fine.
am.
Honestly, it's fine.
It's never going to make its goal, is it?
It's never gonna
And
make
is
its
it because
goal.
I never promoted it?
Well, no. So
Do you think we would have got $300,000 had I
I
promoted
think
it?
if we had made it our full-time jobs, we would have gotten there, but neither of us were confident in doing that. And also, like, on God, it's not enough money to make that movie.
Right. But I think putting that in. So now what? To everyone that's invested, do they get it back?
Yes. If we
Okay.
don't make our goal, they get their money back.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I was going to have nightmares about that.
Oh,
I'd
no,
be
that's
like,
why
what am
we
I
did,
going to do?
that's why we did it through Kickstarter, girl.
Okay.
No, but
But hold on, if you do want to support our Christmas movie, and if there is a world that
Which
like,
we get to
one of you just have
$300,000.
a shit ton of money and you want like a big part in this movie, or
we
your
want to
dad
make
can
this
fund it,
movie.
if you just like convince Daddy to just fund the Kickstarter,
Or if literally every single one of you just drops $2 we can actually make the movie.
is that? Oh my God, everyone,
Everyone. But
$2.
$2.
Come on.
Come on, are you kidding? Come on, go ask your neighbor for it, and then drop it in the Kickstarter.
And you know what? If your neighbor says yes and you're still able to, maybe drop $4.
Wow. You know how fast this could multiply? Very quickly. Go to the Commons at Calabasas and stand in front of that Ralph's and just ask people.
Oh my God. Should we do that?
We could as a
With the
video.
babies?
Not my babies.
Oh, okay.
They can't get sick.
Would they get sick?
At
Why do you think
Ralph's?
they're going to get sick? They're going to be, we're going to wear them.
It's cold and flu season.
We're going to be wearing them in little wraps. We're not going to touch anything.
It's not easy to take 2 children. I think that's also the thing I've learned about twins is like, I feel like with one baby, and I'm not complaining. I love having 2 kids, but with one baby, you could just take that little man or woman wherever you're going with you, like even to like the other room in the house. For me, it's like I have to have another person to take the other baby, and then we go to the other room, and it's like even if I have a changing station and a little like setup there, it's like I'm always running back to the nursery. So then it's like, why ever leave the nursery?
Yeah. Why? Why do it? I couldn't answer that.
Okay.
Well, the other thing is I've learned a bunch of stuff about Kickstarter since we launched our Kickstarter.
Because you're launching.
No, I actually learned it because we launched ours. So it actually ended up being really good. Before Ryland and I decided to launch the Kickstarter for the Christmas movie, I had decided I was going to launch a Kickstarter for a horror movie.
Right.
So I have a very contained movie that I can make for $60,000.
That's yes, like yours is
I tailored it to be something I could shoot with 8 people.
planned out
None
and
of
reasonable.
None of us are getting paid. We're gonna shoot it in my mom's backyard.
This is taking steps to further all of your careers.
Yeah, and I've like been going. I've talked about this ad nauseum, but like I'm really sick of watching other people's bad movies. Like I can make a bad movie.
Right.
With your help, I can make a bad movie.
But it's also like you do have to put energy into the world and put one foot in front of the other to like make your dreams happen.
And it is so scary. Like honestly, it is so scary that I don't want to do it.
Wait,
But
didn't you shoot the
Well,
Kickstarter
that's what I'm
video?
saying. Like, so that's why I have these quarterly goals.
Okay.
So I don't want to do this because it's fucking scary. It's like saying like, you know what? I'm going to get behind the wheel and I'm going to fly this plane across the country and we're all going to land safe and sound. And it's like, I've never flown a plane. Like, but then I remember like, no, girl, like you've flown the plane. Like you've flown the plane a lot and you always land and it's going to be good.
Yeah.
So just stop being scared and just do it.
Yeah.
So I have set up quarterly goals to make sure that I do these certain things to ensure that my goals are met and we get to do this thing. And that takes a lot of fear out of it for me because it's like, just like my drinking, like alcohol is not an option for me right now. And then I don't have to think about it.
Right.
That's the only thing I have to remember and think about. Alcohol is not an option for me right now. I'm just going to do this next thing on my checklist, and that's okay.
Yeah.
I can do this one little manageable thing on my checklist. So I have quarterly goals set up for that as well.
And you have to if you want your life to change. That's just like point blank. Period.
You got to look that fear in the eye and say, fuck you.
Well, because the only difference from people doing what you want to do and yourself is they dared to do it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I'm sick of sitting in the theater watching what they dared to do and looking at them being so
But
prideful
honestly,
about it. I'm like, why do I hate myself if I would never be that awful in public?
Like, I know that like we like to playfully make fun of things or like pop culture and things, but like these people that are putting themselves out there and doing it, honestly, congratulations. Because like you're succeeding at doing it. Even if you've made a really bad movie, look what you've made your job.
You
How
did
incredible.
it.
Like,
and it's hard to make a whole
it's
fucking
hard to
movie.
make anything happen.
Yeah.
Anything. Like, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I get it. I sit on a 30-second spec commercial for 9 months and then it's like, why'd you do that? It's like, because I hate myself. That's crazy. Okay, Chris, what are your goals?
Oh, yeah. Do you have goals, Chris?
Yeah, I want to put out a video on my channel at least once a month is my goal, which is already scary because it's like halfway through the month and I have nothing.
You just got to do it.
I think it's reasonable, though.
Just rip the Band-Aid.
You got to prioritize the time. You got to pencil yourself in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had literally no time this month so far. This has been my problem.
Show us your screen time,
I know,
Chris.
but you can find time.
I'm never on my phone.
You can
I
Show
don't
us your
time.
screen time, Chris. No, I'm just kidding.
But so that's the tough thing. But I really want to do that. That's really my goal. And like if I have to not sleep, like I don't know, I'll figure it out. But one video a month, and then I forgot my.
That will pay off for you too, though, because like if you put hard work and effort into them, people will watch, and people watching also is a return on money. It's a job. You know,
It's like a field of dreams.
so like it is a very obtainable goal and also job for you if you prioritize it.
if you build it, they will come.
Yeah, and
Amen.
it would be nice too to be able to like I don't know focus on like creating stuff for myself. I haven't done that in a very long time, and it feels so good and it's so fulfilling. And like I used to love doing that, and I miss that part of my life a lot. And also just like I would love to make a short film at some point this year. That's my
Just do it.
goal. These are my goals.
break down the engineering of it and start at square one and just do one thing at a time and you'll get there.
Thank you. But yeah,
Lesser people do it.
those are my goals.
My goal is to be very present. I want to take all of this in. I want to be there for my kids. I want to be, when I'm working, there for my work. I want to like be in the moment. I don't want
love
to
that.
think about what's been going on prior to this moment. I don't want to think about what could be tomorrow because there's so many day-to-day life annoyances just being a grown-up. You know, it's like you could think about all the annoying things or the annoying emails or the annoying bills or the annoying whatever all day, every day, but then you're just like thinking yourself into doing nothing. And
Yeah.
it's like, just be in this awesome moment right here because we have it, you know?
love that.
So that's my big thing for the year is just like, not even like trying to grow, like in every sense, like do more, be more, get everything.
Yeah.
It's like, I just want to like really be present. And while I'm being present, like being proactive about like making healthy choices for myself.
I love that.
Yeah.
I really love that.
Hell yeah.
Look at the three of us.
Wow, can you believe it's already been 53 minutes and
Yes,
this is
I can.
only the top of show? You're sick of me?
No, I just looked at the thing and it said 53 minutes, so I believed you.
Okay, let me see. Are there any favorite hot topics you want to hit on for the last 7 minutes of this show?
Honestly, yes.
Okay.
So I'm assuming you did not watch the Golden Globes.
I did not.
I did not either.
And I really wanted to watch the Critics' Choice too, but then I couldn't find CW. It was already after like Bath Time had started and Bedtime had started, and then I was like, well, missed that.
Well, I woke up after the Golden Globes and I saw everybody just like shitting on Joe Coy's performance.
Oh,
And I was
right.
like, I'd love to see it.
I did Google the monologue because of the reaction
Same.
and the headlines that are so vicious for clicks.
Did you watch it?
I did.
I feel like every year they cancel the fucking headliner for the Golden Globes, and every year this person's the worst and their performance fell flat, and then 10 years later they're like, bring Ricky Gervais back. It's like, you guys wanted his neck.
Yeah.
It's hard to be successful making fun of people that can't make fun of themselves.
Yeah.
Actors take themselves very
So
seriously,
seriously.
and they're there to win awards. They don't want to laugh at themselves for what they're there to be celebrated for.
Yeah.
So going into it, even if like all of America would laugh at these jokes, they're not getting that energy in the room. So then you just like, and I can only imagine as a stand-up, you've put yourself out there
Oh, it's
on
hard,
multiple
yeah.
occasions when you're getting this like sucking negativity from the audience because they're not laughing because they can't make fun of themselves. It's like, it takes a very special person to recover from that.
I will say that 100% of the time, if you make it okay for the audience to like laugh at you because you're laughing at yourself, you can turn the room really quickly. And so I did think it was very interesting that Joe Coy was like, instead of doing that, I'm going to make this somebody who's not present's fault. So he kept saying, the jokes you're not laughing at, I didn't write.
And that is...
And I was like, that's a pussy ass move,
It
Joe
feels
Coy.
like very unseasoned, which I know he's like a very successful
Yeah.
stand-up comedy, selling out huge shows.
Yeah.
And it just feels like that's something somebody. But this is a new
like that was
arena.
some, that
like
was some pussy shit though.
live televised event.
The reason why I brought it up, because I quite frankly don't give a fuck about Joe Coy, and I never have. I've never seen a stand-up bit of his. I've never given a fuck about a movie that he made that came out. I was shocked when Chelsea Handler was dating this man. I was like, girl, what?
Well,
like,
He
what?
was on. You don't remember him from the round table?
Yeah, but
Chelsea
there were a
Whitley?
lot of fucking people on that round table.
I know.
And why the fuck would you date Joe Coy? Who doesn't he spell his name J-O?
Well,
Yeah.
you know,
We're done here.
I do very much so appreciate, and I've always loved, I mean, she's made her identity a lot surrounding politics now, which like isn't as much for me. Like, good for her for like believing in something and going
Yeah.
all the way for it. It's just not as funny to me, and that's
I-
fine because I'm not where she is.
Right.
But
The headline that I did give a shit about from the Critics' Choice Award is that Chelsea Handler made a direct jab at Joe Coy.
I did. Well, okay. So Lizzie put this in the document, and I was like, well, I want to see it because I love Chelsea Handler's. I think she does have that unique talent to make fun of something, but also like bring it back to herself
Yeah.
so everyone can laugh.
Yeah.
And so like if you are gonna win over a room like this, she's the person to do that. So I was like, I'm gonna watch this. So I'm like Googling it this morning. I sit through all 10 minutes, and I was like, these seem like a little bit of dated jokes. And I look, and I was like, the headline, she's wearing a different outfit. I was like, fuck, I watched last year's. And then I couldn't find this year's.
But here's what she said. Hold on. Sorry, I should have cut and pasted that like I'm an idiot. How does this open?
I mean,
Oh my God.
you don't know the gist of it. I even know the gist of it.
Well, then just me.
Oh, and now here we are scrolling for 3 hours.
Just me, Daddy. Just on my face.
Oh my gosh.
Just us.
Are you kidding me? Gosh, it's
We're
right.
close. We're so close.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Do something, dance, monkey.
That's
You took it from me and I can't see.
I watched the Golden Globes.
You did?
I did.
Okay. Here's the joke.
Never mind, Chris.
Chelsea Handler said something funny and then she goes, thank you for laughing at that. My writers wrote it.
Which is very funny.
Yeah.
I will say, like, I wasn't laughing out loud at Joe's jokes. They weren't for me necessarily, but
He's no Pete Davidson.
I can understand how that room would be a hard room to take, and I bet Chelsea's was pretty laugh out loud hilarious because she just does thrive in that sort of environment.
I mean, I've met Chelsea Handler and I was like, this is the smartest, fastest asshole I have ever been around. And I hope to God that at some point in my life, my brain comes online like that.
She's a very funny person.
She's so fucking funny. And the fact that she does it while being an alcoholic and a fucking stoner, I'm like,
That was the other thing this brain doctor was saying is marijuana restricts your blood flow to your brain, but Chelsea's is still lit up.
yeah, explain Chelsea Handler then, sir.
Good for her.
Yeah.
I do love her.
I
do think
love
she's
her.
so funny, and I hope somewhere I can find her opening monologue.
Yeah, I bet it's funny. Okay, and then one last thing, also from the Critics' Choice Award, which is shocking because I did not watch.
I liked the dresses better from the Critics' Choice.
I could give a fuck.
Margot Robbie was wearing something that pleased me much more.
I'm so over magazines having headlines of like, look at this felt lady. It's like, this was not a headline. This was a red carpet arrival, and I don't know why.
I'm more sick of the ones that aren't a red carpet that are like, Taylor Swift takes nod to this song and her dinner date out. I'm like, Oh my God, fucking relax. I get it.
There's no news when there's 5 new Taylor Swift headlines about nothing.
They're just like, she dressed for this song.
Taylor Swift
And it's like,
breathed
or
air.
she just wore an outfit that like her stylist laid out for her.
Taylor Swift is still with Travis Kelce.
Good for her though. I hope she can ride this wave and appreciate it, because especially with fame, it's so like they'll build you up,
and then just crumble you.
and they'll try to crumble you. I don't think they'll like necessarily be able to crumble, but like everyone, it has like you ebb and flow in a career in the public eye. So I just hope with all of this, she can just be like, take a step back and enjoy it.
She's probably the only celebrity that I don't get mad at when the press overstimulates me with information about them. But then there's other things like the amount of times that the fucking media has been trying to shove fucking Reese Witherspoon's children down my throat lately. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about Deacon.
Although her daughter does look exactly like her.
Yeah, but how many times are we going to talk about that?
I mean, that's it for me.
Well, no, it's not it for People magazine. They can't shut the fuck up about this twin mom and daughter situation. Like, it's tired, guys. Find a new angle. But Robert Downey Jr. won an award at the Critics' Choice, which I have to assume is for Oppenheimer, though I don't know because I did not watch.
Me either.
What I do love about our petty king, fucking Robert Downey Jr., is at the Critics' Choice, he had a list of critics' horrible reviews of him and read it to their faces. And my favorite one was... someone called him as amusing as a bed-locked fart.
That's bad. I got a whiff of one of those this morning.
Who's Shane's?
I don't know. I couldn't tell. It's like I woke up, lifted the woo. So whose could it have been?
Yours, probably.
Probably.
I've been ripping violent ass in bed, and Joe, for some reason, keeps coming into the room like moments after I do it, and I'm just sitting there like, get out. The fuck? Bubs farted in my ear yesterday. His ass was curled up to my ear, and I just hear... And usually Bubs' farts don't stink at all, but because Joe's been feeding him God knows what, it was rancid.
Okay, what was your takeaway from the Golden Globes, Chris? You said you watched.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I always enjoy it. I have a good time. I thought Gabriel Iglesias was adorable in a suit. And I don't know
who that is.
I don't know.
He's a
Fluffy.
comic?
He's a comedian. Yeah. I don't know.
Did you call him Fluffy?
That's his like stage name.
Oh. I thought he went by Gabriel Iglesias.
And Fluffy. People know him as Fluffy.
Interesting.
And I don't know. There was fun stuff.
And
It was a good time.
Wow, there's just gonna be so many award shows. You like Joe Coy?
I think Joe Coy is very funny in his like stand up.
I haven't seen it.
It was at the Golden Globes,
Yeah.
but he also had like
he had 10 days to prepare,
days.
but
Yeah.
also like, shut up, bitch.
he didn't do
Also,
amazing.
but shut up to everyone else too. It's like
Also,
What do you expect?
and no one cares. It was a benign, unoffensive fucking evening. And then everyone's like, I think Taylor Swift was really offended. It's like, I don't think Taylor Swift gave a fuck. I think Taylor Swift might not have heard it.
I think they cut to her.
yeah.
I think like
Like,
but that's what I mean. Like I hope Taylor Swift can just enjoy all the attention.
Yeah.
Or just like put her phone down and enjoy her real life.
and I also wonder how much of the room was actually quiet for Joe Coy to bomb, or if Joe Coy was like sweating it up there and he's like, oh, this room, you guys are so fucking uptight.
All right. Well, with that, we leave you. Thank you guys
Should
so
I
much.
do 10 more minutes as Pete
for
Davidson?
Yeah, that will be at the end of her next week's vlog.
I'm gay!
Thank you guys so much for understanding our long hiatus. I was a new mom, and honestly, I came back a lot faster than most new moms. Probably
you
because I'm not
bounced back
dealing
faster
with.
than me from my sickness.
Probably because I'm not dealing with having given birth myself.
Right,
and
right.
dealing with crazy hormones.
Which I hear is gnarly.
Yes, I hear that too. But here we are. We should be back every week unless, I don't know, something happens.
Yeah.
But we'll see you next.
Fuck.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, cut that.
Okay.
That's like a bad omen.
We'll
bro.
be back next Wednesday,
We will be back next Wednesday.
and we're gonna love it.
Oh
And
my God,
what?
watch my fucking vlog. My dad and I freeballed making lobster Alfredo, and honest to God, my dad is so good at cooking.
Are you gonna title it correctly?
No, we got to talk about that after
Okay.
this.
All right.
But I do think here's the deal. My dad is so good at cooking vlogs, vlogging and cooking.
Okay.
He could have a live show, so please go onto my channel and say nice things to my dad so that he honestly considers going live, because he is really good at it.
Okay.
He's a funny fellow,
I
and he
enjoy
knows
your
about
dad.
cooking.
And I enjoyed his story that he told me about meeting a Real Housewife of Beverly Hills.
He can't shut the fuck up about those people.
Although he can't remember which one it was. And then he's like, I also deleted the photo, but I think I have it in like an email somewhere. And I was like, so this was super important for you, but you know nothing about it?
We were walking down his street in New York, and he goes, He's staring at this guy. My dad's staring at him. He goes, Real Housewives guy, Real Housewives guy, Real Housewives guy. He's panicking. And then we walk past him. My dad goes, so that was a guy from the Real Housewives. And then he starts qualifying the guy and he goes, and every time I walk by him, the guy looks at me like I'm some weirdo who's recognizing him. I'm like, you are. I was like, bro, you're staring at him screaming Real Housewives guy.
Does your dad watch The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills?
I think he watches New York Premier.
Because if he watches Beverly Hills, I could call him at the end of the show and we could have like a 3-minute segment because it's currently airing right now.
Right. I'll check.
Okay.
But the way that he did that, and we were vlogging at the time, thank God. But I was like, Dad, he's looking at you because you're being a lot.
Your dad's a fun guy.
He's a fun guy. Not a mushroom, but a fun guy.
He's a fun guy. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching and supporting our show. We'll have everything linked in the description section below. Is your Kickstarter live?
No.
Okay, when it is, we'll talk about it on the show. Our Kickstarter is live for our Christmas movie.
Drop $2 from yourself and $2 from your neighbor, and we're in business.
If you know a sugar daddy, listen, I'm putting it out there. If you know a sugar daddy, if you work at a studio, if you are a studio, if you're a production company, hit us up. Our email is contactthesip@gmail.com. Chris's channel and Instagram is also in the description section below. We will see you right here next week. We love you very much. Goodbye.
And that's the sip.